Hey friends, welcome to another beautiful year of the Holy Surrender podcast. I wanted to make this before we formally start the season to just give you a few updates on what you can expect this year and just going forward from Holy Surrender. So, as we stopped doing the podcast and took a break over the holidays to prepare for the year, the Lord made it obvious to us that it was time for Haley to step back. Please pray for her. She is growing in her journey with the Lord, learning to surrender to Him more each day, just like the rest of us. And something He was calling her to do was to lay down this piece of what she was doing because she can't do it all. And she has other things like her vocation, her children, her marriage, her home that need her attention at the moment. So, from this point forward, you will be getting me hosting the Holy Surrender podcast, and I'm thrilled to continue to do so because I love being here every week to talk with you guys and encourage you guys and share stories of what God is doing in people's lives. That being said, this year you can expect to get one long-form interview a month. It'll be anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, and I'll release it on the first week of the month. And I will be interviewing a local person who has a story of surrender to share of how God is working in their life in this season. We're going to cover all sorts of topics from street evangelization to running a restaurant to discerning marriage and being married and so much more. God puts all of us in unique places to share our own unique stories of how He loves us, and even to share the imperfect ones, which I'm really looking forward to sharing because I feel like we need to know that surrender happens piece by piece and doesn't always just, boom, hit us in the face. So that you can expect, and then you can expect an additional 3 short form nuggets of wisdom about surrender. These will be 5 to 10 minutes, and I'll cover all sorts of topics that help us understand how to surrender each individual piece of our lives, and it will be incredibly practical for you, step-by-step breakdowns, questions you can ask, and something to just take to the Lord that week and see if this is where He's calling you to surrender, and it's obviously always something that you can come back to. We are also then pivoting the magazine a little bit. We love sharing about all things Christianity, new brands. We love sharing about recipes and fun things to do and tips here and there. And while we will include some of those things, we are shifting this to reflect a little bit more of what we're doing on the podcast because it just makes it easier for me. And this hardcore surrender stuff is my bread and butter. Haley's gift and talent is design, and she loved doing the recipes and some of the other bite-sized pieces that you would get that were really fun. And that is just not my strength. So as I've been praying through this and discerning what God wants me to do, He has asked me not to quit doing the magazine, but He has asked me to pivot a little bit and just make it a very practical way for you to get your hands on a good resource of the next right step in surrendering to God. So I am now including some extended interviews, some extended articles, some ministry backgrounds, and all of our podcast guests will be featured in the magazine. You will get to know a little bit more about them, some key takeaways from the episode, and then either something written up by them or an additional resource, like I said, extended interview questions that apply to you, the audience, as how you can take their story and apply principles of it to your life, or a write-up of their ministry and how to support them, or even just an extended article about how they are living out surrender in the community, and the Lord is showing up big time with big breakthroughs for them. So you can expect that. You can still expect the articles from our amazing contributing writers about identity and living life with the Lord, but we're also this year theming the magazines a little bit more. So the first issue, February, March, April, is love of God and love of neighbor. We will be just exploring this from all different angles because it is such a powerful thing when we love God and that love, true love, overflows out to the community. Our writers do an excellent job of bringing different angles to this particular subject. So I'm really looking forward to getting that out to you. You can subscribe to it annually over at holysurrender.com, or you can buy individual issues there, paper copies, or we are working on getting stuff on Etsy, so you can also order digital copies and get the magazine sent to you. I'm still discerning, so pray for me on whether or not it should be called a magazine or it should be called a true resource. But we are slowly pivoting that to align more with what we do on the podcast, include more about the people around you who are influencing each other and growing in the Lord's love and surrender. And I think those are the stories that the Lord is calling us to share. You will still get prayer resources, bite-sized wisdom on surrender, and the amazing articles from our contributors. And it's still, I pray, going to offer you some incredible ways to continue to wholly surrender your life to the Lord, which is a lifelong journey. So I'm so excited to have you guys this year. I can't wait to hear your feedback on what we're doing so we can continue to refine and to grow. We are still working on Patreon and a few other things which we teased about the end of the year, but I'm not quite ready to announce how those things are going to happen yet. So stay tuned for that as well. As they come up, I will let you know. And I look forward to seeing what God has for Holy Surrender and for all of you this year. And I will catch you next time.